Nikocado Avocado has shocked everyone with his drastic 250-pound weight loss, claiming it was all part of a long-term social experiment. But how much of this is true, and how much is he twisting the story? Basically, he wants us to believe that the entire 8-year spectacle of gaining weight, public meltdowns, and bizarre antics was some kind of genius mastermind plan. It's a bold claim, don't you think? Sure, it makes for a great anime. The villain who lost control actually knew what he was doing all along.
I am always 2 steps ahead of everyone.
But is that really the case? Or did he, at some point, lose himself to the character and now wants to frame his recovery as part of an elaborate scheme? It's true that 2 years ago, he hinted that it was all part of his plan.
This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. I am the villain. I make myself one.
But we're talking about an 8-year mukbang career. Without clear documentation or proof from the start, it's hard to buy into the narrative that everything was planned from the beginning. If this was truly an experiment, we would expect to see hints of it much earlier in his content. And even if we give him full credit for creating this larger-than-life character, the question remains, why push it so far? Why allow his health and mental well-being to deteriorate for years just to justify the idea that he wanted to watch us like ants in his experiment? It's true that his transformation is incredible, and he deserves all the recognition and respect he's receiving. It's definitely not easy to lose 250 pounds in 2 years, but what seems more realistic is that 10 years ago, his vegan-focused channel wasn't having the impact he wanted, so if his goal was to make a living on YouTube, that wasn't the way. Instead, he realized that the mukbang path was profitable and decided to give it a try. But inevitably, the claws of fame and money trapped him, and he was consumed by the character. Just take a look at his personality in the beginning.
It's nice to be here. And I'm gonna be doing this a lot more regularly now. Screw it with the construction, screw it. Oh, the house isn't good enough. Oh, I'll show you our bed. It's over there on the floor. We're sleeping on the floor.
And see how much his persona changed over the years.
No! I'm mad.
His transformation could have been a way to stay relevant in a competitive YouTube niche. He understood that the more over-the-top and shocking his content became, the more attention he garnered. His breakdowns, fights, and increasingly unhealthy lifestyle were key drivers of views and engagement, creating a cycle where the more chaotic and sad his life appeared, the more profitable it became. So, he willingly gave his body and health to get more views and recognition. And finally, the persona of Nikocado Avocado became larger than the actual Nicholas Perry. That's why his story of intentionally gaining 250 pounds, becoming morbidly obese, and facing severe health complications such as heart, respiratory, and digestive issues, diabetes, and even psychological problems sounds very unlikely. The extreme nature of his mukbang career makes it hard to believe that this was done for the sake of a social experiment. Why would someone willingly jeopardize their health to this degree for content, even if it meant playing the villain? And if it were true, it would mean that the people directly involved with his channel, like his partner Orlin and Stephanie Soo, were aware of the plan. This is because it's ethically necessary to inform people who are participating in your experiment that they are part of it. This is called informed consent. It's true that this isn't always done because it can affect the results of the experiment, but it's the right thing to do. Take Stephanie Soo, for example. She famously had a beef with Nikocado after he allegedly manipulated and harassed her during a collaboration.
I just was so scared that I sounded crazy because you're a grown woman, you had a car, you could have left, you could say no, but I truly felt in that moment after everything that's happened that I couldn't. And then this shame of, why did you even stay for the 3rd video? Why did you even laugh with him? Why didn't you tell him, no, Nick, I don't want this, no? Why didn't you tell him no?
Stephanie claimed that he pressured her into discussing personal topics she wasn't comfortable sharing on camera. She explained how Nikocado's constant questioning and manipulation left her feeling unsafe and anxious, eventually leading her to post a tearful video where she expressed her fear of him.
He looked at me with more and more shock on his face, as if he was shocked and angry at the fact that I refused to talk about what I told him in private. But you told me yesterday you wanted to talk about it. Then why did you say you wanted to talk about it? I guess she changed her mind.
What did you want to share? Or do you change your mind now?
I just feel like
You said you wanted to talk to your viewers with me here, because you never talked to any of your viewers.
And I just remember feeling just shocked because the way he went about it was just so almost like an interrogation. Like anything I say, even Nick's stop, he would use it and make an exposing video or threaten me with it. I don't know. I was just scared.
What made the situation even worse was Stephanie's accusation that Nikocado had taken photos inside her home without her permission, a clear violation of her privacy.
He was here for about 5-ish hours. And out of those 5 hours that he was here, I used the restroom once. And during that time that I slipped away to the restroom very, very quickly, the one time that I did, without letting me know what he was doing, he took multiple pictures inside my house. It was a very violating feeling, and it was just something that I don't think I'll ever be able to understand. But again, I felt like, that was my fault. I felt like, yes, this is gross, yes, this is creepy, but really, it's your problem, Stephanie.
In response, Nikocado released his own video, denying all the allegations and attempting to discredit Stephanie by showing what he called evidence.
And she's claiming that I was taking photos for an odd reason that she has no idea what it was for. And that's what made her feel unsafe. And out of the few photos I took, they're only of the same room. The kitchen and the seating area. I didn't walk anywhere else and take any other photos. I wasn't looking around for suspicious things. I was admiring her furniture, admiring her. And she says I don't have fancy light fixtures. I'm sorry. That's the first house I've been in that looks like that. This is a multi-million-dollar home. I was impressed. I was happy for you, and I think you were happy to show it off to me. That shouldn't be used as material as to why you felt threatened by me.
However, his defense didn't do much to change public opinion. The damage was already done, and many viewers sided with Stephanie, seeing the incident as proof of Nikocado's manipulative tendencies. If Nikocado was truly conducting a social experiment, Stephanie would have had to be made aware of it to avoid being collateral damage. Also, isn't it weird that he used a panda mask just like the one Stephanie's husband wears to hide his identity? Stephanie wasn't the only one potentially caught in Nikocado's supposed experiment. His partner, Orlin, has been a key figure in many of his videos, often appearing in staged arguments or emotional breakdowns. Orlin has been part of Nikocado's journey from the very beginning, and their relationship has been presented as turbulent and chaotic, often blurring the line between reality and performance. Over time, Orlin himself has posted several videos suggesting that his involvement with Nikocado's content has caused him significant stress. He has even hinted at stepping away from the channel due to the emotional strain. However, given his ongoing participation, it raises the question, was Orlin aware of the supposed plan from the start, or was he just another victim of Nikocado's social experiment?
You ruined my life! You ruined my life! You're not sorry, you're never sorry, you never change. You're evil. You know the reasons. You're evil. You know the reasons. You know the reasons.
This brings up another layer of speculation. Users on platforms like Twitter and Reddit have speculated that Nikocado might have used Ozempic, a medication that has recently gained immense popularity in Hollywood for rapid weight loss. Originally intended to treat type 2 diabetes, Ozempic's ability to suppress appetite and slow digestion has made it a go-to for those looking to shed pounds quickly. In clinical trials, users experienced an average weight loss of 14.9% over 68 weeks. Celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Christina Aguilera, and even Oprah Winfrey have all been linked to using Ozempic as part of their weight loss journey this year. Their transformations have made headlines with dramatic before and after photos showcasing the effectiveness of the drug. However, Ozempic isn't exactly cheap. A 30-day supply can cost around $935.77 without insurance, making it a pretty pricey option. It's the kind of thing only those with significant financial means can easily afford. Of course, these are just allegations circulating on the internet, and there is no concrete proof that Nikocado used any form of medication to aid in his weight loss. It's important to remember that Nikocado has demonstrated tremendous discipline and dedication in the past, from his time as a vegan advocate to his years of training as a violinist. His weight loss could very well be the result of hard work and commitment rather than shortcuts. What we're really questioning here isn't Nikocado's dedication or ability to pull off impressive transformations, but rather the claim that this was a carefully planned master experiment from the start. However, maybe Nico will surprise us by providing the documentation to support his words and prove that he truly is the genius mastermind behind the character all along.
The joke's on you.